I think a lot of water and frequent cutting makes the lawn. So with the seed that is there and the seed that we brought out a while ago and the seed that is being produced, and with all the cutting, it appears that this step by step becomes a dense lawn. And that's precisely what I want here in this area, because it's the future dog enclosure. So I'm very happy that with these simple activities, this can be achieved. I basically create pressure on the plants that I want less, and the other plants that are more suited or suitable for this place, they have an advantage despite all the cutting, which is pretty much the same as grazing. The only thing, I am not fertilizing while I cut, so that's left to the animals, but hopefully we can manage this in the future in some way. So this week I want to move these wobblers to the left so that they sit on top of the wall, and then all this lane here is empty and still gets irrigated. And here I think we can put a chicken tractor. That would be then an interesting thing. But don't expect to see the chicken tractor very soon, because we have to finish a bunch of other things. So this comes last. And as I'm here, I can also report that we still have water in this pond here. So it is definitely connected to the subterranean water that we have here, because if not, this would have been empty and dry. But it's great. So this is also working out as I was hoping. And the dogs come here when they are not going to a leak somewhere and get fresher water than this. But it definitely does exist. And once trees like that one manage to tap into this, then of course that's a win. But this will take a while. And I hope we can do something with vetiver all around at some point to have strong roots that may reach into this. Or maybe even some cattail suddenly shows up. They do show up, so we just have to wait and create the conditions for it. So we modified the irrigation system here, and it is now getting wet a little bit into the driveway. I'll put it this way. This should be a green driveway in the future. And basically this is the precursor to that. And there, when eventually the fence sits on top of that wall, will be the permanent position for those wobblers. So right now they are being held up by these L pieces, but later they will sit on top of the fence and irrigate on both sides. We have had a little bit trouble with the pump that we are using. Right now it's working fine, but here and there it doesn't work with the strong or the full power that it could have. So we got another one, and we will probably do a replacement, because not always this works, and when it does not work with full power, then you spend water but irrigate only half of it, because the water just flows out of the wobbler instead of wobbling, and that's a little problem. So if I move over here, by the way, there's a little bit of a leak, but it doesn't really matter. Well, it might actually also take away a little bit of the pressure. But you see that they are throwing out big droplets. This one, by the way, is also a change. So there we used a thicker riser. So this is now 1-inch pipe instead of 3/4. And you see that this is being watered good. But I can tell you that the water only gets to here. So before, the water was filling this, but also got into the pond, but that's good enough, I think. Well, we might actually do something here, but for the moment that's okay. So the trees are the important part, that's getting wet. And the Bermuda grass there will certainly work the way it is. But we might actually add something. So this is not yet done, but at least you get an idea of how this is supposed to be. And later in autumn, my hope is to plant a few additional trees to the left of the wall. These should be fruit trees of some sort. We'll see what we can find. And that way, this part of the farmyard should become nice and beautiful. No, this isn't rain. The sound you just heard is fake. But we managed to install the powerful pump yesterday, and this morning I turned it on, and this is what I saw from the window. So this is with a pump that provides 7,000 liters per hour instead of 3,500. It is a little bit too much, we need to regulate this down, but you see how you can simulate rainfall. This is a small pressure regulator, so that on the left side for the drip irrigation, nothing gets blown out by the high pressure and high flow. Here and there, the dogs go into the pond for a swim. They mostly just wade into it and have a drink, but some, like number 8 in the past, could be observed actually swimming there, so that's a good thing. But it's also a good opportunity to show you the difference in water level. Knut was worried a little bit, and therefore he is looking all around, because there are also some bees drinking water, and of course they can sting, and he doesn't want to have this happen to him. So he stands there and checks it out before he moves, because he wants to know what all these flying things are. Over there, the sunny side, the bees seem to be gathering for drinking their own water, and that leaves Knut undisturbed, and I think he likes that. Now that we have more water flow and more pressure, we can now add the extension and also add this piece here. And of course we remove all the stones and the wood. In that gap we will add one more wobbler. And with everything that is work in progress, there are little issues to fix, like this leak here. So that one isn't really working very well, and that is very likely because it all gets lost here, and we need to fix that. And there is also this line that goes over there. That one is working very well.